In this episode of Truly Bedrock, I get punched by Smurf. I punch some zombies, some villagers, and some zombie villagers. So welcome to this unusually violent episode of Truly Bedrock Season 6. We're starting off today's episode right here in the Nether Hub, but if you remember last time, we made our lovely fish farm, which is at my base, which is down the yellow tunnel behind me, and at the end of the episode, I said we are going to go to the Halloween district and start a Halloween build. And the Halloween district is also down the yellow tunnel behind me. So you can guess where we're going then. That's right, we're going down the blue tunnel. Oh,
why hello there, Plod.
You're right here. You're right, as if you knew I was coming. That's great.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
That's crazy, that is crazy. Wow, look at this place. This is coming along, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh, I like that.
I spent a little too long on this, I feel. Yeah, but
it's good. I like the sandstone one.
Oh yeah.
The wriggliness of it.
Yeah, I actually designed all of these buildings about 2 years ago because this is one of my old bases that I rebuilt on Truly Bedrock just for the fun of it.
Oh, okay.
So this is pretty dated. I'm not great at interiors, so I don't have plans for any interiors right now, but you never know. These work as pretty good mob farms right now.
Interiors are hard.
Yeah, definitely, especially at this scale. But anyway, I heard that you didn't actually mind dealing with villagers.
Yeah, villagers are okay. I mean, they're troublesome, but they tend to behave for me more often than not. Yeah, I can do villagers.
You can? Well, that's pretty convenient because I don't know if you know, but a certain Smurf may be needing some villagers or 3. Oh, ow. Sorry, I didn't mean to punch you. Sorry.
That's right.
My finger twitched.
It happens. I did the same to Slack fairly recently. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, not to Slack, Slack.
No.
I was wondering if you wanted to do some sort of trade, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, sounds good, because you like digging, don't you? You've been doing a lot of digging for people, I've heard. Yeah, you've got all the tools, look at that.
Yeah, I do like myself some digging.
Cool.
Do you need any digging?
I do need some digging. You know, at my base, I've got the big kind of pyramid thing. I want to dig down underneath it. I want to kind of open it up and build a load of stuff in there. So that could be a deal then. If you're willing to dig out for me, I can grab some villagers. And where do you want the villagers? Over here somewhere?
Yeah, literally just anywhere on this flat land. There's plenty of space.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. I can do as much digging as you want, if you get the villagers sorted for me.
I just spotted there's a village over there.
Oh yeah, there is a village over there. I forget about that.
Should I bring some villagers from over there to over here, and that's the deal?
Yeah, that's it. But I need, I think, 1 villager for each enchantment, and also probably some Fletchers and some. What are the ones with the stone cutters called?
Oh yeah,
masons. Are they?
Yeah, stone masons.
How many villagers would that be? 30 or so? I can do the workstations. I can do like the reset in the trades. If you just get 30 villagers, that should be good.
Cool. That sounds straightforward. I can do that.
Sweet. Should we go over to your base so I can kind of see what we're working with?
Yeah,
digging
let's do that.
Yeah. Oh, a little bit of a tricky door there.
Yeah, sorry, you have to crouch through that bit.
Yeah. Whoa. This is sick. Oh, you left the original temple as well?
Yeah,
wow.
So the original temple's in here, and I've kind of built around it. If you come with me, I'll show you what I'm talking about.
This is awesome.
But yeah, so this is kind of the bottom of it. I've dug out a little bit down there, but kind of not much in here. So what I want to do is trying to clear all of this out. I still want the platform at the top there where I come in, but basically everything down here, I kind of want it cleared out and nice and open so I can build some stuff in here.
Sweet.
Depends how far down you want to go. I'm open. You know, if you want to just go down to Y0 or something so you don't have to bother with deep slate, that's fine.
Yeah, this seems pretty fair, dude.
Cool. I like this. This is gonna be good.
It's a little bit better than just, trading diamonds, I figured.
Yeah, we're almost trading bases for a little while. You'll be here and I'll be
here. Little base swap. Yep.
Yep. To breed up a whole load of villagers, we're going to need a whole load of 2 things. One is going to be food. The other is beds, for which I'm going to need a whole lot of wool. So I'm going to pay a visit to the drooling sheep. And as this is for Smurf, I guess blue is the colour we need. 1, 2, 3 of them. 3 diamonds, there we go. So now I've got my 3 stacks of wool and half a shulker of carrots. let's go and see Smurf Space. We need somewhere that's going to be safe for the villagers. Now this area is fully lit up, which is great, so no mobs will spawn, but we still need to protect the villagers from lightning. So instead of me building a building, I'm going to commandeer one of these, and the nearest one to the village looks like this one here. So yes, it needs a little bit of spawn proofing inside, but actually there's plenty of height in there. So do I have torches on me? I don't. I do. There we are. Right, let's pop inside and dispose of these guys. I'll spam a couple of torches around the place. It only needs a few. Okay, so I've got a couple of birch rafts, I've got a whole bunch of leads, and I've got a bucket of water. And those should be the tools that I need to get the villagers from over there to over here. Let's go and have a look. Well, we've got a nitwit, we've got an iron golem, and yep, we've got a good bunch of villagers around here too. So now I just need to try and get some of them in boats. In fact, this water's gonna be kind of in my way. Can I catch some villagers? Not that one. There's one. And there's two. Excellent. That wasn't too bad, and now that I've got these guys in here, what are they looking at? Something over there, the sheep. Okay, you stare at the sheep, that's fine. Now that I've got them in here, I want to raise them up a bit because I want to be feeding these guys, and I don't want them dropping the carrots, or my dropping their carrots, where the other villagers can get them. Up they come. Bouncy, bouncy. Oh no. I forgot to let go of the lead. Now I've got these guys at a reasonable height. What I want to do is get the boat resting on top of a fence post. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to plonk a double chest down here, which might surprise you. And I'm going to put a whole load of hoppers going into it. Okay, I'm just going to place a couple of slabs on top of these middle hoppers there. And I'm going to waterlog all four of those. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in fact, I'm going to waterlog all of these middle hoppers, so I'm going to do the same along all of those. Those water sources are in. I can just remove the slabs because they're not needed anymore. And what that setup does is it means that any carrots that get dropped down from there will go straight into the hoppers, and the villagers will hopefully not be able to catch them. But any villagers that get born and go down here will just get washed away, and you won't be loitering underneath in order to catch the carrots that do fall down. So hopefully that should be fairly foolproof. My next job then is to make and place a whole load of beds. And of course I want a bunch of beds up here where these guys can easily see them. And even though I haven't actually given these guys any food yet, we've already got our first baby, because of course the and a second baby. Excellent. Because the farmer of course had some food on him from when he was farming at the village over there. So I just need to give those babies a nudge and get them to start dropping down. But essentially we can start giving those guys some food, breeding them all up, and we should have a room full of villagers. Well, it hasn't taken too long. In fact, this is pretty much the end of the first Minecraft day, which is why they're all suddenly going to sleep. And as you can see, it has already been long enough for some of these guys to grow up. And so far, no nitwits, so that's good. But I'm quite glad these guys are going to bed, because it makes it a lot easier to count how many of them we've got. I've got a whole stack of beds here, so 64 blue beds. And somebody's just slept through the night, so they're all about to get up. There they are, and off they go. But during the day, these guys are just running around all over the place. They are impossible to count, so nighttime is my counting time. Okay, it's the next night now, and as we can see, most of the beds are full up. Well, I say most, we've still got, I don't know, maybe a third left. And we do have a couple of nitwits that we want to get rid of. So I'm just going to send this one out into the night. Off you go. And the same with you. Oops. We're making great progress. Nearly all the beds are full, and there's still a few guys wandering around, so that's kind of it. That's a stack of beds. That's about 64 villagers. And, I mean, Smurf only wanted 30, so we've already delivered that. But he did talk about the kinds of villagers he wanted. He wanted some Fletchers, some Masons, and he wanted one of each enchant for all of the librarians. So I'm going to head back to my base to make some workstations. That also means I can have a sneaky look at how he's getting on. Well, straight out of the nether portal, I can see there's now some gaps in my building, which I'm going to need to fill in. That is absolutely fine, because I didn't actually bring them all the way down. And, wow, look at this. Wow, look at that. It's got all the way down to Y0. Oh, there's a spawner down there as well. Oh, I wonder what kind of spawner that is. It's gone. There's no spawner in there. The dungeon is gone. Oh, my door's gone. where did that go? Wonder if that was a zombie or a Smurf. Oh, my bubble column's gone as well. Interesting. And I can hear zombies. Has there been a little accident upstairs? Well, it looks like Smurf has had a spot of bother. I wonder what he's going to say when we actually meet up. Should all be repairable though. I've got some ice and I'm going to grab some soul sand to get the water chute back in place. I've got 3 weakness arrows, but if we heal our Fletcher first, we'll be able to buy some more. And I've got a fair bit of gold for golden apples. I've got 15, which isn't quite going to be enough. In fact, what I'm short of now is apples, so we can buy some of those from our villagers too. First things first then, let's get a new door in. And now let's pop in a block of soul sand, and we'll fill her up on the ice, and we'll see what's going to be up there to meet us. Hey, you guys! Guy in the corner is the important one. He's going to give me the weakness arrows, so I'm going to make sure that when he's cured, he's not going to be zombified again. So I'm just going to swap out that trapdoor. You're going to hold that for me, are you? And pop a block in so that these guys can't get to each other. In fact, I might have to do that all the way along. Let's start with this one. So I'm going to hit him with an arrow of weakness and feed him a golden apple. I'm going to do the same for this one as well. I've only got one more arrow, but we'll use it on. What do I want to do? No, I need to do it on one of these. Okay, I really shouldn't have been removing those trapdoors, and in fact doing so has let some of these guys free. They are now after me. I've been trying to block them off, but no, I can't. It's just not working. Oh no, and now they're going for the villagers that I've already cured. This is a disaster. There's only one thing for it, and I really didn't want to have to do this. They've got to go. So we'll have to get some more villagers in here and sort them out at some point. But this guy, we can at least trade with him. Oh no, he's the wrong one. It's the one next door that's going to give us the arrows. Okay, and I don't have any weakness arrows left. This is not good. Smurf, what have you done? Fortunately though, there is another Fletcher over at Liara's farm, the one in the shopping district that also sells weakness arrows. So I'm going to hop over there and buy a bunch. Okay, here's my diamond to get in, which I think I just threw here somewhere. No, not there. There. Yep, that's gone. There we go, we can get in. Right. So Fletchers are over here, harming arrows. I don't want harming arrows, weakness arrows, that's what we want. Hello. I'd like your weakness arrows, please. I'll have some of those. And as many of these as you can possibly sell to me. 30 should be plenty, thank you. Okay, armed with my weakness arrows, I have 12 golden apples left, but this guy has now cured. So let's get some apples off of him. And then we can craft those up into golden ones. Let's get these guys cured. Okay, so everything's almost back to normal. I will worry about replacing these guys. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4 guys that we unfortunately had to dispatch. That's okay, we'll replace those later. First I'm going to do what I actually came here for, which was I want to buy some lecterns. So that means, well, not lecterns, I need to buy these things. Now, although all the villagers are cured, we haven't had any iron golems coming down here yet, and that's probably because these guys are not linked to the correct workstations. So I'm going to have to do a quick bit of linking and unlinking. to sort that out. And we've just had our first golem come down. You literally just missed it. I hit record too late. But the iron farm is now working. We'll only get one golem at a time for the moment because we don't have enough villagers all linked up because we're missing a few. But that's okay. As long as it's working, we can get the other guys in and we can get things working really quickly fairly soon. Oh, hey Smurf. How you doing?
Hello there, Plod. I'm doing well. My right hand seems to be pretty fatigued.
I can imagine.
I've been working pretty hard. Would you like to see what I've accomplished in the past few days?
Yeah, let's have a look.
Yeah, I didn't know how wide you wanted it, so I just thought I'd dig out the entire area underneath the temple. Is this good enough? Is this kind of what you imagined?
That's perfect. That is awesome. That is so good. There's so much space here.
Yeah.
I'm going to struggle to fill this up.
Last time you weren't sure whether you wanted it to go down to Y level 0 or if you wanted it to go further into the deep slate levels. I'm guessing this should be good. For now, anyway, because
yeah, this is
your
great.
temple was at like Y100. It was higher than I thought.
Yeah, it's quite high up there, isn't it? Yeah, so in terms of space for building stuff, I'm not going to run out, am I? This is plenty.
Cool.
Yeah, I can certainly get into the caves and things from here, which is great. So got a dripstone one there.
Yeah, like a nice little entrance. Yeah.
Yeah, and the other ones there, the lush caves over there. Oh, that's perfect, isn't it?
My question to you is, have you done the actually painful thing of dealing with my villagers? Okay, so here we are. I don't see any villagers.
No.
Did you scam me, Plod?
Me scam you? Would I do a thing like that? No, if you pop over to this lovely building over here, I had to go over the one with the birch on it because that's the best one, obviously. But have a little look through the window here. You can see many villagers.
Oh, I see signs of life. Wow. Lots of librarians.
Lots of librarians, yeah.
Holy!
Some of them have a bit muddled up.
This looks like slightly more than 30.
Yeah, you've got about double that.
Okay, you really went above and beyond. This should be perfect.
I wanted to make sure, because you know what villagers are like.
So what you're saying is, because I have quite a few extras, you know, I can afford to do some sparing, you know?
Yes, you can. Yeah, I wanted to show you a little trick that you might know, you might not know. Basically what you can do, if you put their workstations on sticky pistons like this, then you can flick the lever and it will change their trades.
Oh, that's actually pretty smart.
Yeah, so instead of rolling one at a time, you can re-roll a whole bunch together and it does make it a lot easier then.
Yeah. That's pretty smart. I've seen people just use one piston with a lever, and that's slightly faster than just re-breaking and placing the lectern, but somehow I never thought of connecting them all up. This is actually quite smart. I'm impressed.
I wish I could take credit for it.
Well,
it was Silent Whisper in a previous series, I think he did it.
Of course it was. Well,
yeah,
this should be definitely perfect.
Is that
I appreciate
enough?
it. Yeah, this is definitely more than enough. I'm so glad I didn't have to deal with any of these.
But they've been
glad.
Pretty compliant, I'd say, on the whole. We had a few nitwits that have been disposed of. But yeah, on the whole, they've been alright.
Awesome. Well, I guess I've got to do some lectern re-rolling.
Yeah, many, and yeah, you probably want to break all of these workstations and start again because I don't know which ones are connected to which anymore. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. You got all the villagers, so this is great. Thank you very much, Plod.
That's alright, you're very welcome. Thank you for your digging.
No worries, and enjoy your building, I guess.
Who's dying? Stop dying.
What?
Rude.
How did that happen?
Oh, well, that was a baby that grew up. He was standing underneath the block when he grew up.
Makes sense. Okay, sweet. So, yeah, this was a pretty good deal. Pleasure doing business with you, Plod.
You too, anytime. I look forward to doing it again.
Sweet. See ya.
Now I've got my base back and we've got all this lovely space to play with. I need to fill in these gaps and line the walls and make it look nice, but also I want to put in a whole bunch of farms in there, mainly bone meal based things using the bone farm that we made in the last episode. And one of the things I talked about in the last episode was that I want to get more fishermen here in my trading hall, and of course I need to get some villagers in to replace the guys that used to live here. So what I think I'm going to do is head out to the desert behind me and flatten out a little bit of space, build myself a villager breeder there and bring a couple of villagers over from the village in order to set up a villager breeder a little bit closer to home and breed up a whole load of babies, like these ones behind me. And if you haven't seen this design before, yes, it's another one of Silent Whisperers, and there's a tutorial somewhere around. Basically, the 2 adult villagers up there will do the breeding. The babies will drop down into this chamber where these guys are, and as soon as they grow up, they will... I'm hoping one of them grows up now, that'd be really good. As soon as they grow up, basically they'll go into the water stream above their heads, and that will bring them over into this chamber here. So in this chamber you just get purely grown up, clean villagers, and then we can pop in a minecart rail along here and take them off to wherever we need them to go. For now, I've just thrown a sandstone wall around these guys, but eventually I want to make this into a decent building and blend it in with... Well, okay, there isn't anything else to blend it in with much either, but it will be part of our city eventually. First of all, though, I need to get that rail in. These guys have grown up quite a bit now. There's a few nitwits in there, which is a bit annoying, and we've got one escapee who's just enjoying himself running around the beds. But more importantly than that is we have our rail line in. I've made it go down because I didn't really want a whole load of rail going across the top of my base, so it just goes down a fair bit down here. And there we are, we come out at my big hole of a base. Now I'm going to put a platform in here, a bit like this one. So my platform is now in, and what I need to do is up above me, yeah, that bit of sandstone you can see right up there, we need to bring that down exactly below it and get the water stream in, so basically we can get the bubble vator going. There we are then, the water chute is in, the rail is in, so all I need to do now is grab some villagers and bring them down. Let's grab some minecarts. I've got some in my redstone chest. There we go. 4 is just the right number. There we are, there's the first one. Let's send him on his way. There he goes. Let's get the second one in. Oh, he's one of them. Don't want any nitwits. That lever isn't doing anything, is it? Look at that. Nudge, nudge, nudge. Off you go. And what about you? Do you want to go down there? Shall we see if we can usher you along that way? That's it. You stand there, we'll get a minecart on top of you. There we go. Sorted. So now we just need to get these guys up the water chute. There they go. And immediately we've got 2 golems at a time in the iron farm, which is great. So that was pretty easy. These guys are in, and I've relinked them to their workstations, or I should say linked them to their workstations for the first time. They are, of course, completely untraded with, and we need to trade them up. But we can do that, that's no problem. But I did mention I wanted to get some more fishermen in here to trade with, so I need to make some space for those. And for those I'm also going to need a bed each. And we've already got a three kind of spare beds, which are actually kind of these guys' beds over here, because they're already my extra villagers. So what I need to do is move these and the other beds up to the kind of the main bed bit, which is up through there somewhere. In total, I've got 21 villagers in here at the moment, plus another 1 villager who's up at the top, making sure everything is linked up. So 22 villagers, and I want to expand that, I want to expand that up to 30, so I'm going to need another 8. I can do maths. And there we are, I've got all of my new fishermen in there, and yeah, looking very nice and neat, I must say. Now the golems are coming down fairly steadily, and because we've now got 30 villagers all linked to workstations and all linked to beds, in theory, according to some theories, we might get 3 golems spawning at a time. But I've only ever seen 2, and every time I've ever done this kind of farm before, I've never seen more than 2 spawning at a time. So I'm not entirely sure that's true that you can get 3, but if we do, I'll let you know. And I know we still haven't got over to the Halloween area to make our build, and that was part of the plan for this episode, but I think this has gone on long enough, don't you? Let's get this episode out, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.